Right. So let's get to it. So last Friday we closed the week. So I hope you guys can hear me. Last Friday we closed the week very bullish. And then from SNR, we SNR is typically the trader focusing on support and resistance. We only trade support and resistance as SNR traders, just support and resistance. And we remember that support is usually like a V, right? Or like a N, something like this. And then resistance is like a. So when you have something like this is your resistance. So we typically expect price to come this way and then buy from your support, or come this way and then sell from your resistance, which is basic XNR. So this is basic XNR. But sometimes there could be a need to add more information to what we do. So to make SNR reading very easy, what we use is the line chart. Now on the line chart, you see it's very easy to identify our support and resistance area. So this is a support, right? This is a resistance that got broken, and that resistance now became support for this buy to happen. This is a support zone, right, that got broken. This is support, right? This is resistance. This is resistance. This is resistance. This is all on the weekly time frame. So in next scenario, I will simply just mark my support. So this support coming into the week. I'll mark my support. I'll mark my resistance. And for all that matters, I'm also going to mark this level, which is also a support level, right? It's also a support level, but it has been broken. In this scenario, this is going to be an HNS level. So that's what I'm going to do for the week. So I'm going to do this for the week or on the weekly charts. And from the weekly charts, I'm expected to go to daily chart. Now on the daily chart, you'd see that price has tapped into our weekly level, right? So the next question I'm asking myself is, where is the SNL level on the daily that is closest to current market price that would be used to actually buy or sell from? What I mean by current market price is where price is currently, what are the support and resistance level that are around the area, all right? So if I'm not sure, I just go to the line chart, right? So this is the support level, right? Support level is close to what price is doing right now. This is a resistance level. Oh, sorry, a resistance level, yes, but it got broken, right? It was resistance AA, right? Then this move broke it. So now it has become a support level that we expect that if price should come down, we should actually buy from. So when we buy from this level, the next question is that when we are buying from this support, where are we going to be exiting? So we'll go back to the monthly. So on the monthly chart, we must not forget to mark our resistance level. Like I said, this level, the resistance level. The line chart has all the details. The closing price, that's what we find on the line chart, and it has all the details, right? So we mark these levels. So these are also weekly levels that are close to current weekly price, right? Weekly resistance, they're close to this. Weekly support, they are close to these guys. So now back to the daily chart. So on the daily chart, I'm trying to make this video as basic as possible, such that if any beginner picks this up, they can actually start a very good trading journey, or they can get better. The votes we had on the group on the channel made it look as though the week was a terrible week, which I wouldn't argue, right? But now let's really see what could have happened, what we have done, especially if you're a prop trader. And based on prop trading, we'll come to that very shortly. So now on the daily chart, is there any support and resistance that I have not marked that is close to where price is currently? Yes. For example, this is a resistance level close to where price is currently. So I need to mark it, right? I need to mark that area. At the same time, I need to mark this area, right? This one, right? I need to mark that area. So marked this, we marked this, we've marked these guys. They are the ones close to current market price. This is where price is currently. So we've marked the support and resistance zones that are close to those areas. So the next thing we do is to go to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, we also want to pay attention to support and resistance zone that are close to price, current market price. All right, and those areas of support and resistance close to current market price include this guy. You have to draw something like this. So we have this guy. I'll take it from here, which is a resistance, right? Got broken. So resistance here got broken to become support. So now, would that bring us to the concept of our SOP, right? I mentioned earlier that our SOP is a step-by-step procedure or step-by-step manual that any trader should pick up anywhere in the world and be able to trade the exact same way that we trade. So the first thing we did when we opened the chart was to check weekly chart, right? So first thing in your SOP, check weekly chart. So why do you want to check weekly chart? Do you check weekly chart to mark support and resistance level, SNR levels, closest to current market price? That's CMP. So that's the first thing you want to do. You want to check support and resistance level that are closest to current market, which is exactly what we did when we checked the weekly chart. So we marked support, we marked resistance levels. So the next thing is to check the daily chart, right? Check the daily chart. Why do you want to check the daily chart? To do the same thing, to mark SNR levels closest to current market price. All right. The next thing is to check H4 charts, right? Check H4 charts. So what do you want to do? So mark SNR levels closest to current market price. The next thing is now to wait and watch price on H4. So that's the next thing to do. You want to wait and watch price on H4, which is why we're not going to go lower than H4 if we are going to be watching what price is going to do. And the reason for this is that we believe that the H4 chart is a chart that is worthy to be a setup time frame. A setup time frame are our H4 charts and H1 charts. For direction, we have monthly, weekly, and daily charts. Those three time frames give us the direction of the market. Where is the market going to go to next month? Where is the market going to go to this week? Where is the market going to go to in the next 2 days? You get the idea of what is going to happen from the monthly, the weekly, and the daily chart. So usually the monthly chart is not always very good for direction because it takes a whole month for you to know what's going to happen that month or for the monthly candle to close. But for the weekly chart closes in a week. So you can have an idea of what's going to happen the next week based on how this week's weekly chart closed. Same thing for a daily chart. Daily chart closes in 24 hours. So immediately after the market closes, you can have an idea, a rough idea. Okay, where is price coming from? Where are we going to? Okay, so that's why the daily, the weekly is what we are focusing on in our standard operating procedure, in our SOP. So we are focusing on the daily chart, the weekly chart, which I called the direction time frame. So for our setup time frame, which is typically the H4 and H1, for the sake of our standard operating procedure, we would not be using the H1 chart at all. So we'll simply focus on H4 for our setup time frame. Now we have what we call our entry time frame. So we have three time frames: direction time frame, which is the daily, the weekly, and the monthly. So we have the setup time frame, which is where we call it setup because it is where we wait. We watch and wait on these time frames to find what price would do. All right, that's the H4 and the H1. And then we have our entry time frame, typically the M30, but sometimes would use M15. So M15 and M30, they are our setup time frames, right? So I'm going to do something here. I'm going to remove the H1 chart. I'm going to remove the M5 charts, right? Oh, sorry, someone dropped something on the chart. take setup in H4. All right, I would mention the setup as time goes on. Okay, I'll mention what the setups are as time goes on. Okay, so setups in the sense that we are looking for price to come to this SNR levels we've drawn, to these support and resistance levels. Your setup time frame is just a time frame where you don't do anything. After you are done with everything I mentioned here, from 1, 2, 3, right? Wait and watch price on H4 is what makes your H4 your setup time frame. So we simply come, we just wait for what happens. Okay, we wait for what happens on the H4 time frame. That means that we are looking for the fact that, oh, if price should leave this area, this resistance, right, and come to this support, I would only wait on the H4 to see what happens. That means I'll wait for price to come here on the H4 before I do anything else. So when price comes here on the H4, that is when I'll make my next decision. The same thing when price comes here. When price comes here, you remember that all this level we marked, right? All this level that we can see on the H4 chart, they did not come from the H4 time frame alone. Some of them, we drew them from the weekly time frame, right? We drew some of them from the weekly time frame. For example, this one from the weekly, this one from the weekly, this one from the weekly. We drew some from, let me take this off, sorry. Um, all right, sure. So we drew some from the daily time frame, right? So which one did we draw from the daily? So we drew this one from the daily, right? We drew this one from the daily, right? We also drew this support and this support from the daily. If you remember them, we drew them from the daily chart. So the only SNL level we marked on the H4 was this resistance zone or this resistance level that price broke, right? That's the only level we marked on the H4. So the reason why H4 is called the setup time frame, like I said, is because you wait and watch on H4 time frame. So in MSNR, there is what we call storyline, right? Storyline means that we believe as SNR support and resistance trader that price would only go from support to resistance or from resistance to a support. Do you get? So this is support, right? Price will go from support to resistance, right? On any given time frame. So on any given time frame, storyline means price moves from support to resistance. So that means that we can have a weekly storyline. So a weekly storyline will be such that price will move from a weekly support to a weekly resistance, or a daily storyline where price will move from a daily support or to a daily resistance, or a daily resistance to a daily support. Now see this example, right? For example, this guy here, this guy is a resistance, right? The moment price reach this resistance, that means we have a storyline that is about to start. It means that when the story starts from resistance, where will it end? It will end in a support, or it will end when we hit a weekly support. So weekly resistance, where is the closest weekly support? This guy, right? Right, this is the closest weekly support, and see what happens. So we tap right here, right? And where did we come? We came down right here. Can you see that now? So that is storyline from weekly resistance to weekly support. So weekly to weekly. That's how SNR works. So weekly to weekly. So weekly would always go to weekly. The same thing here, right? The same thing here, right? We tapped. This is, let me use this. Okay, so this is resistance, right? This is a resistance level. Okay, see, we tapped it, right? We tapped it here. And the moment we tap it here, what did we do? We sold. We came into a level here, this gap level, right? Something around here, which is a weekly level, right? So from resistance again to support, from resistance to support, from resistance to support. Now, price is now going from support. Where will it go to? It will go to resistance. So that's why we are marking all these resistance levels. So it's from this support we're expecting price to go to another weekly resistance, which could be this resistance, it could be this resistance, it could be this resistance, right? So that's why we say for storyline, price will go from support to resistance. The same thing for the daily charts, right? Support to resistance is the same thing. It doesn't change on any time frame. It's the same stuff. So what we do on the H4 is that we believe that, right? Yes, weekly, yeah, always weekly to A2. Yes, yes, we can end, it can end in a gap level too, as long as it is an SNR level, right? Long as it's an SNR level, price is going to move to those levels, right? Could be an HNS, it could be a gap level, it could be a broken HNS, it could be a weekly or daily liquidity, right? It could be any of those things. So as long as they are weekly levels or SNR levels, they are valid area for a storyline, right? They are valid areas for storyline. So what we do, like we're following our SOP, right? What we do on this with this SOP is that we only watch on the H4 charts. What we do is we only look at price on the H4 charts. We don't do anything else. After we've marked our weekly, daily, and H4 levels, the only thing left for us to do for that day is to watch. We just watch on the H4. So, like I said, what are we watching for? We are watching what happens when price leaves rather a weekly resistance and heading to, sorry, leaves a resistance on the H4 chart. We know it will go to a support on the H4 chart. So what we do next is to confirm whether our support level we hold, we go to a lower time frame, right? Okay, let's continue our SOP. So let me write one. Let me change this to one. Let me change this to two, and this to three, and this to four. So for five, so when you're waiting on the five, on step number five, right? On step number five, what we're doing is when price taps into SNR levels marked SNR levels on H4 charts, go to M30, right? You go to M30 chart for confirmation. You go to M30 chart for confirmation, right? You're going to see how much patience and following these street rules can actually make us very, very profitable in the market. All right. Confirmation means that typically what you want to do when you are in a resistant area is to sell, right? When price hits resistance, you don't want to be buying. Okay. For example, when price came to this resistance level, okay, this is a strong weekly resistance level. If I'm buying here, I'm going to be losing money. All right. See the rejection, see the weekly, the H4 rejection. Okay. So what I want to do at resistance level at A levels is to sell, right? What I want to do at V levels, as it were, support levels is to buy. Okay. What I want to do at A levels is to sell. What I want to do at V levels is to buy. So if on my H4 chart, I just left a resistance zone and I'm heading for a support zone. That means I'm heading for a support place where I would need to buy, right? Because you buy on support. So to confirm if my buy will hold or not, I need to go to the M30 chart to look for confirmation. Now, my confirmation can involve two things on the M30 chart. My confirmation involves me looking for one. All right, number six, that will be number six, right? Our SOP is getting longer. Look for, say, on M30, right? On M30, look for breakout slash breakout or an engulfing slash engulfing fill to form on, oh, don't let me say look for, let me say wait for rather. Wait for M30 breakout right? Wait for breakouts or EG or trade-off and engulfing fill. Okay. All right. So let's do that. We can't do that yet, right? We can't do that yet, but we can do that actually because we just left. This is a weekly area on the H4 that we are reacting from. So let's see if we get an M30 breakout. Okay. So did we get an M30 breakout? Yes, we did. Where's the breakout? This is a breakout. A breakout is when price breaks a support or breaks a resistance level. Okay. Now, did we break this support level? Yes, we broke the support level. So that is our breakout, right? That is our breakout. So again, the line chart, very important. Now, immediately after this breakout, I want you to follow through back to our SOP, right? Immediately after this breakout, you would enter immediately. Mhm. Very interesting. Right? Enter on breakout level or EG level and put your SL above or below the I or the low. Above or below the I and the low. Okay? Above or below the I slash the low. That's what you want to do in this instance. So you want to put your SL above or below the I and the low. Okay. So in this scenario, we've seen our M30 breakout. So the next thing for me to do is to put my entry level on this breakout zone. You put it directly on this breakout zone, right? And you put your stop loss above this level, right? Above this level instead, sorry. Not the S because price can still come to tap this. So because you don't know what is going to happen. And what you do is you, okay, I'll text again. No, no, just for me, right? For me, I don't tell you what specific SL to use. You can use any SL that is good for you as long as you are making money, right? As long as you are making money. The most important thing is to make money, right? That's the most important thing is to make money. So, right? So we have this level, okay? Okay. We have this level. So you put your stop above this, your entry above this, and then you go to the H4 chart. What you want to do is to ride the sell to an H4 level. Okay, so which H4 level is closest to where we are? This level, right? So we want to ride the sell to this level. Now, our target is going to either be, usually we should target 1 to 2 rigs to reward. Yeah, right? 1 to 2. But sometimes you might not get 1 to 2 completely. Okay. So you must ensure that you are checking your H4 support and your H4 resistance to know where to enter and where not to enter. So at this time, so I'm going to put the stop here. Okay. All right. I'm also going to mark. Sorry, guys, I should have made this clear. I'm also going to mark this M30 engulfing. Remember, our SOP says right here, enter on breakout level or EG levels, right? And our number 6 is on M30, you wait for a breakout or an EG to form. Now, on the H4, when we came to this level, right, on the H4, immediately price comes to this level, I would leave the H4 chart and go to the M30. Why? I want to see on the M30 if there is going to be an M30 engulfing that forms or an M30 breakout. So immediately this M30 engulfing forms, I'm also going to place my trade here, right? Just at the end of this engulfing, I'll put my stop above this and I'll also target this area, right? I'll target this area. I'll target the next H4 area. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. All right. So, but the price come back to this yet? No, price has not come back yet. The price come back to this yet? No, not yet, right? Not yet. So what will I do now? I'll enter this trade live on FX replay. So let's see. Sell limit, right? Also for my M30 engulfing, I'll enter sell limit too, risking 1% per trade. Okay, so now let's play. Let's see what happens. And dun, dun, dun. Pause. So immediately price hits our, remember this is also our H4 level, right? And price has gotten there. Price did not tag us in, right? Price didn't tag us in. So all I do, I'll cancel my orders. Cancel this. This is live market. Okay, we are making it look as though it's live market. There's no FOMO, no loss, fear of missing out or any of those stuff. Now back to the H4 chart. Now on the H4 chart, right? This is an H4 level that we just got into. Now to confirm if we should sell on this level, or sorry, to confirm if you should buy on this level, what are we going to do? We are going to look for M30 breakout, right? M30 engulfing or M30 breakout. So now let's wait. This is our H4 level, right? So now let's see if, oh, okay, we're running out of time, right? So now let's see if there is an M30 breakout or an M30 engulfing that forms. Now let's just watch. Okay. So did an M30 engulfing form? Yes. This is an M30 engulfing, right? Right. So formed. Immediately I'm going to enter right here. Where will be my next target? I have to go to the H4 to know my next targets, right? So on the H4, where would my next target likely be? This H4 resistance, right? H4 resistance, right? So let's see. Line chart. You see that H4 resistance. Okay. So I'll go back. That will be my target. So I might decide not to take it to that level and just go for a 1 to 2 risks to reward. Okay. So back to the M30. So on the M30, I'm going to set a sell stop because price has gone, oh, sorry, a buy stop rather, because price has gone below my area. Risk 1%, right? So let's watch what happens. Again, just play the thriller, right? Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, we're tagged in. Now let's see what happens next. Okay, okay. So right here, remember this was supposed to be our sell zone, right? Before, but price did not come to tag us in. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust my my take profits. Sorry, is this thing moving? Can I move this? Oh yeah, I'm going to adjust my take profits to this area. Okay, then I'm going to re-enter my sales. We wanted to sell from here before, right? I'm going to re-enter my sales. I'll put my stop above this level, right? And I'll target the next H4 zone, which is this area, right? To be my next target, right? So let's see how that works. Sell, that will be a sell limit, right? Sell limit. So this is we looking at live market. No FOMO, no fear, just trying to see what happens next. Okay, so we are tagged in. Okay, see that? Tagged in. Pause. Oh, we just missed the trade, guys. We just missed the trade. Now on the M30, see immediately this M30 engulfing formed, right? I was supposed to just mark it, right? Then enter a sell here and then write it. Now this time around, I'm not going to miss this one. Okay. I don't want to miss this one. Okay. So don't forget your stop is still going to be above. So I'm going to sell right here. Sell limits, right? Put my stop below this guy and then sorry, I mixed up. So let me adjust this a little bit. Let me adjust this. Notice this is just on the M30. We're not doing 1 minute, we're not doing 5 minutes or any of those small time frames. And notice the balance. We are already up 2%, right? We're already up 2% on this account. All right. So now let's do this. Let's enter this trade again. Sell limits, right? Risk 1%. So let's see if it's going to tag us in. All right. Oh, tag us in, right? So let's see what happens from here. Okay. Oh, guys, are you serious? Did you see that? So now we came back to our H4 level, right? So let's take this off, this off, this off. Now we are back to our H4 level. Let's go back to the H4 charts. So now back to our H4 level. So what do I want to wait for? On this H4 level, I want to wait for M30 engulfing or M30 breakouts to form before I buy, right? That is what our SOP says. don't forget we are following the standard operating procedure, right? And see, we are already up 4% on the account, right? 4% on the account. Trading just conservatively, no, no much risk, right? So now let's see. Let's wait for our M30 engulfing or breakout. Oh, so do we have an engulfing? Yes, we have an engulfing, right? This is our engulfing. Okay, so do I want to buy? Yes. So where will be my target? Remember this H4 level, right? This will be my next target, right? H4 level. See, we did not get up to 2R, okay? We didn't get up to 2R in this case. So we'll just, oh, now it's up to 2R. Okay, so now let's reduce to 2R, definitely. We don't want to do more than 2R. Is it that we do 2R or less, okay? Don't want to rush ourselves. So this is going to be a buy limit now. Yes, buy limit. So buy limits, let's play, see what happens. Oh, tapped in. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Let's see what happens. Oh, price is reversing. Price is reversing. Okay, let's see. TP yet? Not TP yet. Okay, let's wait for TP. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Boss. Oh, there's something on the chart, right? Yeah, it's so clear, my brother. So clear. You see this? We only went for 2R. That was all. So did we tap in? Yes. How many percent up are we? See this? So we up like 6%, right? 6%, almost passing the account, right? Just waiting for M30 breakout or engulfing after our H4 level taps. So now that we are out of this trade, what we need to do is go back to the H4 and wait. Okay, we have to wait for sorry, before we wait, don't forget, since new H4 candles are forming, right, we have to mark those H4 levels, those new H4 levels, right, so that we can watch when price gets to them on the M30. Okay, so our SOP, so I'll add that later. So we have this new H4 level. Okay, which other level do we have? We have this level, right? This is a new H4 level, right? This is a new H4 level. Okay, which other one? Let's see. Oh, this is an HNS, right? This is an H4 HNS. Oh, sorry, this is a H4 HNS, right? So now let's wait for price to get to any of these levels. Okay, let's see. So immediately we tap there. What will I do? I'm going to the M30. Oh, now we've missed some trades, right? We missed the trade. See, we missed in real markets, you won't have missed this, right? So M30 engulfing formed. See, this candle tap into it and then the sell almost started. Okay, so what I would do now is to wait for another M30 engulfing to form, right? Because it will not be easy to get a breakout here. Before I can get a breakout, price has to break this, and that's too far, right? So I'll just wait for another M30 engulfing to form, right? Okay, so now let's wait for another M30 engulfing to form, right? Oh, see, price came back to our area, right? Came back to our area. So should we enter? Yes, you can enter. You can enter here. Why? Because price came back to your area. Okay, this is still your H4 level, and then your M30 engulfing already formed. So there's nothing to lose, la. There's nothing to lose. So you enter here, just like we said, you put your stop above your engulfing, right? Right. If we go for this, this is our next H4 level, right? Let's go to the H4. Let's see. Is that our next H4 level? Yes, this is our next H4 level. So now let's see what happens. If we lose, we lose, right? Oh, this is going to be 8%. Fucking hell. So guys, should we just do 8? Should we just do 2R? Yes, in the market, you can just do 2R. But I'm greedy today. I'm greedy. Let's see what happens, right? Oh, sorry, I didn't take the trade. Oh shit. Okay, so let's assume this happened in the live market and I didn't take this trade. So let's see how we are going to enter. So again, we are going to enter from this engulfing field, right? We're going to enter from this engulfing field. So I'll put my entry right here below this engulfing field, and then my stop above this guy and target the same H4 level, right? So I'll delete this guy because I missed the trade, right? I missed the trade. I missed the trade. Oh, bro, there could be losses actually. Losses are part of the game, okay? But we just have to manage ourselves well, okay? Losses can be part of the game, okay? So let's go now. So place the trades, sell, stop, and save. All right. So now let's play this. Oh, we are in now. We are in now. So now let's watch. Let's watch. Let's watch. Let's watch. Watch. Boss. Oh goodness. You see, we missed another trade here. Okay. Price came back to our what's it called now? Our engulfing. See, an engulfing. I said we are going to wait for an engulfing to form, and then price came back to it.